Hi, welcome to Happier Ladies. We're sisters who discuss all things related to work, family, and personal growth.
We draw inspiration from everywhere, especially from you, our listeners, to keep moving forward with joy and laughter in the big adventure that is life.
1 week at a time.
I'm Azizi Williams. I live and work in the LA area. I'm a mom of two, soon to be an empty nester, and I'm an education professional in the independent school world. I'm here with my sister, Malika Alandi.
That's me. I'm a SoCal native living in Western Massachusetts, a newish mom, and I work in higher ed. In this episode, we debrief our Thanksgiving gathering, and we give a recommendation in our media moment.
But first, this is our last night together, Malika, at my house.
I know, it's been a whirlwind trip, but really fun.
We got so much in, and you got so much in. Oh my goodness. All the visits and friends and parties.
Maybe too much.
It was a lot.
But you know what? It's like, store it all up for the year.
You got it all in, and I have to say, like, the hosting was not as hard as I thought it was going to be, even though we're all packed in everywhere. But somehow it's working, and we have a full house, and it feels really good.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I have a surprise for you in honor of your last night here.
What?
Okay. Keep recording. I'll be right there. Malika's in the garage. I'm in Sanai's room. It's kind of a mess. Malika, hold on. I'll be right over there.
Okay.
I'll give you the surprise.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Is this popcorn?
I got some Topsy's popcorn. First try.
Oh, wow.
We're not going to be together.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Is that cinnamon?
This is the cinnamon and the caramel.
Wow.
And the butter flavor. So you take some and then I'll take some back to my room and then we'll try it together. Okay. Because I've never had it before.
Azizi just
Huge tub right here.
brought a huge tub of Topsy's popcorn.
Okay. Don't knock it over. It's very full. They give you a lot.
We'll put a picture of it on Instagram. That's funny.
Alrighty, there.
Yes.
Which one do you want to try first?
Let's go for the cinnamon first.
Oh, it's so like red and
It's very
inviting.
red.
Oh.
Okay.
That's really good.
I see I'm not mad at it.
It's like a red hot.
It is. That's what I was thinking. It's like a red hot plus popcorn, but it's a little bit milder than a red hot.
Yeah, it's not as spicy. It's like
That's
just the
good.
right amount of spice.
But it's
It is
definitely candy.
You get the candy vibes, but it's still not too sweet somehow. Like for me, I like
the
sweet.
popcorn balances it out.
Okay, caramel, ready?
Okay. Classic.
That's good too. I feel like we should have saved the cinnamon for last because I'm still tasting cinnamon.
Probably the wildest. That's true.
Okay, butter. Oh, that's a good.
That's just good.
Ooh, that's nice and buttery.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yummy. All right.
Nice.
Well, you can take some with you on the plane. We'll give you a baggie.
Okay. I don't have room for this can.
Make room for it.
I will take some in a bag. That's good.
Take some in a bag. I'm having another piece of cinnamon. Well,
Wow.
looking forward to the next time. Probably the next time I see you, I'll be coming to you.
Yeah.
Maybe in the spring, but I'm glad we got to do this holiday together.
Me too. For our first segment, we are going to recap our annual Thanksgiving trip.
Yay!
So when this is airing, Thanksgiving is long over. Our minds are probably somewhere else, focused on other holidays. But for right now, as we're recording this, Thanksgiving was the day before yesterday, and we actually just got back from the beach house today.
Minutes ago.
Yes.
In fact.
So everything is fresh. So let's share some updates on some of the pressing matters that we had brought up. The puzzle. What ended up happening?
Well, I will let you know that we bought 2 puzzles. I brought a lovely 500-piece puzzle of a nice Christmas village scene. And then I bought the 22-piece toddler puzzle of a fire truck. And I took out the 500-piece puzzle. I looked at it. I looked at the pieces. And immediately I knew that it was not going to work. Like, I didn't even have to go any further. I just looked at what was great is this puzzle had a poster that was the actual size of the puzzle so that you could put each piece on the poster as a guide if you wanted to, but it also showed
Mhm.
you how large the puzzle was going to be. And we just didn't have the tabletop space
Yeah.
to sacrifice for days of puzzling. Now, Malika, of course, hindsight, our mom said, well, we should have brought that puzzle mat that we have
Yes.
somewhere where you can roll it up and open it up again. And that's absolutely something that we should make sure we bring in the next time if we want to do this. But we just put it aside and it was fine because we got to do the 22-piece puzzle and it was so
It
fun.
was fun. Yeah. You, me, and Indigo worked on it. It took us about 15 to 20 minutes, I
The right
would
amount of
say,
time. That was a good amount. And I have to
on the
say, it
floor.
still felt good. It felt good putting
Yeah.
it together. And that was his very first puzzle ever. And he got the hang of it, I think.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know if that was his first puzzle. They do
Oh,
them
okay.
at school, I think.
Oh, I see.
But certainly everything is fresh.
Each day is a
Yeah,
new
each
day.
day is a new day.
What I didn't anticipate, it was, a fairly large fire truck when it was all pulled together. How much enjoyment he got from that fire truck
Yeah, he
puzzle.
liked sitting on it
He was
and
like,
pretending to be in it.
yeah, he looked at it every day after. He couldn't put it away.
Yeah,
So it just
that was
stayed on
quite
the
fun.
floor.
And then I found just at the grocery store, I think it was like a 12-piece puzzle, but similar size pieces as the one that you got.
Hmm.
That was a dump truck that he also enjoyed.
All right.
So we could bring those same puzzles next year, and I think they'll be as exciting.
Well, they'll be in the garage. So they're going to be here waiting. And next time we'll bring a puzzle mat.
Yes. So regarding the puzzle, I think this generated the most emails we've gotten on a single topic.
It was like a burst of emails about
Struck a
this.
chord. So we just wanted to share some of the ideas that people sent in because I think there are things that we should investigate for next year. We didn't really get to it this time, but we're building our puzzle repertoire capacity.
Hmm.
So Anne recommended a collaborative game called Foldology,
Hmm.
which I'll put a link to. It looks very interesting. And, it's just the idea of working on something together where you're building something. There's like different phases that get progressively harder. And if you need help, there's a website that tells you how to do it. Tanaya recommended a puzzle stacking game
Hmm.
with wooden blocks.
It's not Jenga.
It's not Jenga. It's like not about pulling pieces out. It's
Hmm.
just kind of like,
Like Tetris, maybe.
yes, yes.
Interesting.
So I'll share a link to that. Michelle suggested tanagrams, which, yeah, I just haven't thought of, I think, since elementary school, but
Mhm.
those are fun puzzles. Bonnie M recommended the floor puzzle. She endorsed that, the toddler puzzle, but maybe with getting more pieces so adults can feel like it's not just an activity for the kids. Like, though I think you and I felt
It was fun, I
it was,
have to say.
yeah, maybe
I did
22
enjoy it.
pieces is our sweet spot.
I did not feel any less good about it because there were only 22 pieces.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah,
we could try a bigger one and
I'd
get
be
more
down for that. Of course, you would need more floor space because they
right.
are quite large, but I'll be on the lookout for a floor puzzle with more pieces.
And then Ruthie recommended getting like a custom puzzle design that is our family portrait from the prior year.
Oh, that's really sweet. That could be a nice gift.
Yeah, I think that would be a nice thing to do. It could be fewer pieces, but just
Sure.
having that personal connection could be fun.
I like that. Good ideas.
Good ideas. So, another area that was kind of new for us was doing more communication digitally during the reunion. How did that go, Azizi?
I really liked it. You suggested it, and I was like, I think that's too far. But then the more I thought about it, the more I thought, why not? Let's give this a try. And so we used the GroupMe app, and we had just used this summer at our large family reunion in DC. And so you thought wisely, like, let's try it for our small group. And it was really cool. It was cool. You posted a poll about which color we should wear, and everyone got to vote on it. We posted photos, directions about the house, what was happening each day. It was really a great way to communicate, I thought.
I haven't put my finger on this. I think it was a good first time using it. I think you and me were really tuned into it, and
Right.
maybe Ilea. Not everybody was checking it as regularly, but why do you think it's better than a text thread?
I thought it was better because I have so many text threads and
Yes.
so many different groups, and it can be really hard to like find the right group. And I know you can pen a group, but we have different versions of family chats.
Yeah,
And, you don't wanna include something that's not for every person who needs it. So
right.
that was the one thing. And then it seemed like it was easier to share pictures. I don't know if that's actually true, but it felt like it was easier.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I kind of like that it's separate. To me, it feels a little more special than just a text
Right.
thread to have that space. And I did like the poll. That was fun. We could have done more polls about like, what do you want to eat?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I'm trying to think of decisions that we didn't make already before we got
I
there.
think it'll be easier moving forward because now almost everyone has it. And so we can even
Right.
start group planning earlier with it
That's
next
true.
time. So we were just kind of testing it out and we got it up and going a little bit later, but I think it has legs.
Yeah. So, one point that Norm brought up, and I think this is a good thing for us to think about next time, is having like a group huddle every day. So, a designated time where we are giving updates and checking in about schedule stuff like in person, not just through the app,
Yeah.
just to make sure everybody is on the same page every day. And also because connecting in person is why we're there.
Well, I have a question for you, Malika. This is not something that you have to answer right now, but it's just something that popped into my head. I feel like people were looking to me to kind of be the cruise director. And I don't
Mm,
necessarily want to be the cruise director, but maybe there has to be a cruise director. Like maybe there
yes,
needs to be someone who takes on that role and then I should just embrace it. But I'm more like, no, we should all make these decisions. And like, what does everybody else want to do? I don't
right.
necessarily want to be the one, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think this goes back to the kin keeping conversation.
Uh huh.
So I think you are the cruise director and I'm like the co-pilot.
We used to be more but now you have a little one. So
I'm a little
you're out of the
distracted.
picture some of the time. So then it really is just me. So,
Yeah. I think you got to lean into it
okay. All right.
unless we did a whole thing like where we elected somebody like the family reunion.
Our
It's,
family reunion has a whole, like, it's not student council.
cabinet.
There's a president and a vice. For this reason, I see why.
It's funny. I think once you get over like having more than 4 people,
Yeah.
or maybe more than 5, but how many of us were there? 9, 10 people?
Yeah.
You need a leader.
Oh, okay. I think what I need to do is bring my daughter up. Like, try to figure out how to bring some other people up, but that's fine. I will be the cruise director. Giving myself that title makes me understand the job now than
Yeah,
I think I did before this trip. I understood the Ken keeping sort of leading up to it, but actually, while on the trip, I didn't expect as much of it, or for some reason, it stood out to me this time.
yeah. Good evolutions.
Mm.
So, just speaking more broadly, what were some of the highlights for you?
Well, the house was lovely. We've been in different houses for almost as many years as we've been
Yeah,
doing this tradition, but this house, the views of the ocean were just so beautiful on the second floor and the third floor. And you saw the ocean, a lifeguard tower. There was also like docks in the distance and a park next to it. It just was so picturesque. So that was something that I will treasure and will have memories of. At one point, another memory, one evening, I don't know, we were sort of on a cul-de-sac and the cul-de-sac ended at the beach. And so there were a lot of people just, from the neighborhood or wherever who would just come and drive and park near the cul-de-sac and get out and look at the ocean at various points. And there were also like different fire trucks that came by. And I don't know if it was their rounds or why periodically there would be a fire truck making this turn. But one of the times we saw the fire truck and we all ran out there with Indigo and we waved at the firefighters and they turned on their sirens and it was like a parade. It was so exciting. Indigo was so excited. We got excited. The firefighters got excited. It was like, oh, it was so sweet. Like an unexpected moment. And then my other memory that I will treasure is Black Friday. Like
Yes.
you know how much I love to shop, and we have a tradition of going to Target, early in the morning, although you don't have to get up as early as you used to. So we're there around
Yeah.
9, 10 o'clock. And I don't know, there's something about just Target in the morning on Black Friday. You get your Starbucks, your cart, and there were some good deals. So I was in my happy place. And it's mommy, Aunt Charlene, Elias, and I. Grayson, my husband, loves to do Black Friday also. And Malika. And we just all like split up. We check in with each other. We look at each other's, purchases. It's just such a lovely time. So those are my memories. What are yours, Malika?
Well, first, I just have to comment on your memories
Okay.
to say I'll go in reverse order. Black Friday was fun. I do think, I don't know, I didn't get to even see what you purchased. We kind of had to leave at different times to get there.
You left before
No, you left before I was done. But anyway, we were like on different
we
cycles.
were on different cycles.
I didn't get to see what you purchased. I had a list, and it's funny because we talked about this before. It's a little bit different. I don't have a lot of room to bring more stuff back.
That's right.
So I got like hand sanitizing wipes, like things that I just needed, and like a toothbrush, like I wasn't
You got
really
such boring things.
totally boring things that were small. But then we went to Ulta and I got some makeup, and that was a little more fun.
Yeah, because that doesn't take up a lot of space.
Right.
That's easier.
And I'm using now Black Friday is going to be my annual, like, get rid of old makeup and get new makeup.
Mm.
Because even though a lot of them, they expire in 6 months, I don't always pay attention to that. But I feel like if I can consistently do this every year, that will be good enough for me.
I think it's a great idea to make a plan to re-up your things that expire on Black Friday because then you get a good deal on them too.
Yeah. So I enjoyed the Black Friday. I do want to see what you got.
I will. Do you want to know what I got? Should I tell you or do you want to know later?
You can tell me. Tell me now.
All the jeans are 40% off. So I got some really
Mm,
cute work appropriate wide leg jeans. Like wide leg jeans are in right now. And I've had a
yes.
difficult time finding the right kind that feel elevated enough for work. So I found a pair. They fit great. They were 40% off. And I
Nice.
got a nice, like, shiny, kind of satiny or silk kind of red top. It's interesting. It's not cropped. It's like waist length, but it has elastic on the bottom of it. Have you seen these?
Oh, I think
So it
so.
kind of
Yeah.
looks like it's tucked in, but you don't have to
Yes.
tuck it in. I've never
Nice.
tried on a shirt like this before, but it's brilliant. And it's like a t-shirt, but it's got that, it's higher end. It feels like a festive, like holiday party kind of thing because it's shiny. And then it has that tuck and it goes perfectly with the wide leg jeans. So I got those two things. And then I got like a fluffy fleece, like a really warm jacket that it has like a blue swirly pattern that's kind of fun, but it's so cozy and feels like perfect for winter weather that I hope is coming to LA.
Okay.
Still hasn't come, but hoping it will. And then I got some jewelry at Target. And then, I followed you to Ulta, got a few things there also. But I have to say, at Ulta, you were more on the mission than I was. I was kind
Yeah.
of just like bouncing around a little bit.
Nice. That sounds like a good haul.
It was great. And what are your memories? Or did you have more to say about some of the other things?
Well, I'll just agree with you that the house was beautiful, and it really makes a difference just where you can see the ocean in the house. Like, do you
Mhm.
have to go to the balcony? Do you have to go to the roof? And in this house, you could see it from the kitchen and the living room. And like that really sets the tone.
Hmm.
It's such a luxury, but it felt worth it to me. And I'll say with the fire truck, there was also a garbage truck that came by
Oh, I didn't see that
that
one.
Norm got a video of, and he's very excited about it.
You had a good view of all the service trucks.
Lots of vehicles. So that was fun.
What are your memories?
All right. So I think the very first night, was tired from unpacking everything and getting settled and then getting the baby down and all of that. And I think I was just feeling really exhausted. And you're like, here, let's do some watercolors. I'm like, okay.
I'm the cruise director. Like,
And it was just so nice. You had all of these great coloring books. You also had blank paper. You had these really cool watercolor pens that I hadn't used before. And it was just like a really soothing activity. Just colored in some pumpkins, but it was fun. It really kind of focused and grounded me. And I needed something like that. I didn't know that I needed it.
yes. I'm so glad you did it with me. I didn't think we were going to be doing it as long as we did.
Yeah.
It is really relaxing. So I'm glad you got to try it.
And then another highlight was the group photo. So we did that on our last day today. The color was blue. So everybody had on shades of blue. And because we were really close to the beach already, we were able to just kind of walk across the street. And it was just fun. I kind of like it. We draw a crowd. I mean, we don't draw a crowd, but people look at us because it's a spectacle.
It's a
There's like
spectacle.
all these black people wearing the coordinating outfits, marching to the beat. Like, it's clear we're not from here and something's going on, just the way you would look if somebody was taking wedding photos, like, oh, what's that? Nothing extreme, but it's just fun to be in our own little parade that draws attention. And then we had a tripod this time. Instead of doing like fancy cameras, we just used an iPhone because their camera is so good. But we had a tripod that Norm had set up in the sand and it fell over as it was taking a picture. And a passerby jogger was like, oh, do you want me to take it? We're like, yes. And so we had a stranger involved taking photos, which was fun. And then I haven't looked at them yet, but I feel like we've dialed in the groupings.
Right.
It is like a wedding. We do a big one and then we do like individual family ones. We do couple ones. We decided to make sure anybody who wants a solo picture can get a solo picture because that's a nice thing to have. And so it was just a fun thing to do. I'm glad everybody seems to get into it.
And it was a gorgeous day today. We were set to do it yesterday on the schedule, but we just ran out of time. But yesterday was overcast and kind of cloudy. And so just because we ran out of time, we said, well, let's wait till tomorrow, which is today. And it was beautiful. Didn't disappoint. So
Yeah.
looking forward to those photos.
My other highlight is just seeing Indigo take to the sand and the water. Like, he just loves it. It's such a tactile adventure, the beach, and you couldn't keep him away from it. And the water was cold. I didn't even go in the water, but he went in pretty far for his height, not unsupervised.
He did not mind one bit. Like he wasn't even like, ooh, that's cold. He just went right in.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, we got some really great pictures of him. And I just love that he's getting to have a connection to the Pacific Ocean, even though we don't live near it.
Yeah, me too. So what do you think we should adjust next time, Malika?
Well, I think I just want to give ourselves credit. I think we really dialed this thing in. It feels like a really good trip. But part of the fun is tweaking things, you know?
Yes, and we did do our debrief at a cafe after we left
Yes.
the house. We all gathered together and pulled up the Google Doc, and everyone got to share what they thought worked well and didn't work well.
Some people felt like we need to be more intentional about the media that we watch.
Right.
So it's kind of like whoever gets the remote basically chooses. And there was no like issue about who has the remote now, but I think after the fact, it felt like we were just kind of at the mercy of whomever's whim, and that it could be nice to give more thought ahead of time.
It's a good point in that some people need an invitation to feel like they can choose.
Yes.
And so we can figure that out, how to make sure everyone feels invited to choose or make a suggestion for what is on the TV, when we're all gathered together.
There was a time when we had like a movie captain each night who got to pick what the movie was, and they picked it ahead of time. And I don't know why that fell apart. It seemed a little bit too micromanagey.
I feel like still people didn't take advantage of it necessarily.
Yeah.
And not everybody cares.
That's the thing. But for the people who really care,
Yes.
you want them to feel like they're able to have their say.
That's right. What else?
So there was some talk about, I mean, this is just always the case. So we changed the trip this year. Usually we start on Wednesday and come home Sunday. This year we started on Tuesday and came home Saturday. And it still felt like we could use one more day. I think that's just the nature of the beast. Like, we're going to fill the time we have. I do think it was better coming a day earlier, so it wasn't such a rush to get ready for Thanksgiving.
It felt really good on that side, and there wasn't as much
Right.
traffic. It felt
True.
like it's easier to get in, and then having the full day before Thanksgiving really made things go smoother on Thanksgiving. But then we ran out of time to do the things we usually do after Thanksgiving because
Right.
we are leaving a day earlier. So that's something that we have to figure out.
Yeah. So another thought was around the charcuterie board, which I'm responsible for. And I guess the sentiment was that it's so filling that it kind of tampers everybody's appetite before Thanksgiving dinner
It
in a
was
way that
too
is
good.
counterproductive to our desire to eat lots of Thanksgiving food. So I think the charcuterie board is graduated to its own day.
Ooh, charcuterie giving day.
Charcuterie day. Because it is fun and it's fun to do a lot. You know, part of the charcuterie grazing board experience is about abundance.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun. But then you don't want to feel like, oh, I can't enjoy all this stuff because I'm going to be having a big meal soon.
I mean, I made the suggestion about a charcuterie Thanksgiving where
Yeah.
we just charcuterie is the main, and then we have some other sides that go around it, but that didn't go over so well. People weren't
I
really
don't know. It
so
feels
into that.
too modern. I don't know if we're
It's
there
too
yet.
soon. It's too soon for that idea. The world has not caught up with charcuterie Thanksgiving yet. So let's give it its own day. And what's beautiful about charcuterie, Malika, is that it's like a social thing also, because
Yes.
it draws you in and people are talking together and there's something really magical about it.
Yes. We didn't really have the right location in the house to move it away from the regular dining space. But maybe if we do it on its own day, we could make it a picnic or something. If we go back to the same house, they had all these beautiful picnic tables, like overlooking the ocean. So that would really elevate it too.
I think we should definitely do it at the park. Just assemble it there. Everybody will come. We'll bring our chairs. And yeah, I think that will be really nice. One more thing that needs to be adjusted is my cooking of complicated vegan dishes. I talked about the white lasagna and like was back and forth about it. In the end, I found a different recipe that I thought was going to maybe be a little bit easier and just try a different spin. And it was from the New York Times. It was a wild rice mushroom casserole, but it ended up being almost as many steps. And the payout for all the work was just not what I
Yeah.
needed it to be. So I feel like I'm kind of done, especially when I looked at there's so much food. There's so much food. We had guests come, family, friends. They all brought 5 dishes. We don't need it. And so I'm done. And it's kind of nice to sit back. Like I'm now
Yeah.
in this era where my daughter does the baking and my husband does the cooking and I can just, that's okay. I don't need to make it anymore. So I'm taking a step back. Next year, I'm excited about that. I'll just worry about decorating the table.
Nice. Gotta say, that recipe, I was a little surprised that that was the alternative. Because I was helping you with it, and it's like anytime you have to look at the recipe, like every 1 to 2 minutes to check, "Wait, what am I doing? Wait, what is this?"
Yeah.
It was a lot of steps.
You were my sous chef. And when you had to pull out the blender for the white beans, that's when it's gone too far.
It was a lot. It was tasty, but I don't think it was
Yeah,
the juice was worth the
it
squeeze.
was not. It was not.
Let us know how your Thanksgiving was and if you tried any new things this year. Thank you for all of the suggestions along the way. And we look forward to talking about it next year again.
I want to try the Thanksgiving crackers next year. I
Oh,
almost bought some, but then I didn't. So I'm going to put that on the list for next
the
year.
like pull apart thing?
Yes, I think that'd be fun on the table
Yeah.
next year.
All right. Well, let's take a break. And when we come back, we will share a media moment recommendation. Azizi, how's your dinner game these days?
Well, Malika, I used to struggle with what to cook for dinner.
You're cooking now?
Okay. Actually, my husband used to struggle with what to make for dinner. I mean, meal planning, grocery lists, yuck. But then we found Prep Dish. It's a weekly meal planning service that tells you exactly what to cook. And now they've partnered with Instacart, so your grocery list becomes a ready-to-go online cart.
Ooh, what's in your cart, Azizi?
All of the Prep Dish ingredients, plus I can add energy drinks, chili crisp, lipstick, whatever, and check out in just a few clicks. Shopping online is so fun. The meals are family friendly, healthy, and super easy to prep. Dinner is easy to make, and now we look forward to new tasty meals.
Prep Dish is offering our listeners 2 weeks free. Just head to prepdish.com/happierladies to sign up. Again, that's prepdish.com/happierladies.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold, soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
We're back with a media moment where we discuss what we're currently reading, watching, or listening to. And this time we have a recommendation for you, and it's a movie called Piece by Piece. Piece by Piece tells the story of Pharrell Williams and his life starting as, a young child in Virginia Beach, his early relationship to music, and his high school career where he met so many other talented musicians who happened to be in high school with him, and then ended up getting this internship with a big time producer who happened to build a studio near his high school. And just from there, you see his drive and his talent and his creativity and how he ended up creating this amazing career for himself. And then you get to see how he influenced and inspired so many musicians of the 2000s, basically. These were people that I listened to all their music, and it was so exciting to see this story through his eyes and told in this way, which was amazing. And so I learned about this movie through my daughter Sanai, whose friend's father produced it and was the director and actually interviewing Pharrell as a Lego person in the movie. And so she got to go to the premiere and she actually got to meet Pharrell, and she was so excited about it. And she was telling me all about it. She made me watch the trailer, and we kind of decided, okay, this is going to be our Thanksgiving movie because it's a fun family movie and we thought everyone would want to see it. And so then we watched it. What did you think, Malika?
I loved it. It was so creative, and it was a Lego movie, but it was basically a documentary. There were talking heads, you got to see
Yes.
Pharrell interviewed,
Yeah.
but everything was in Lego. It was really fun to see scenes that I saw on TV when they aired. Like Pharrell was a guest on Super Soul Sunday, Oprah's show.
Yeah.
And so a scene from that was captured in Lego, which was really funny, and like music videos that I've seen. So that was just like such a novel thing.
The music videos were hilarious.
Very funny.
Because we'd seen the music videos. We know what they actually look like. And then they just represented them all as Legos.
Legos. All of the so funny. Dancing and grinding and hip hop
videos.
Yes. It was Legos.
Oh, it was so good, but it worked.
It was fun. And at first I came in a little bit late. So it was kind of like, why is this a Lego movie? Like, what's going on? But then it really did make sense. And it put this whole other perspective on what was being shared. And there was, in particular, part of his story as a musician is like creating beats. And that's kind of what him and his partner became known for, creating these like really catchy beats that everybody wanted to buy and use in their songs. And he described it as like pulling things out of a wavelength and like putting them together. And they had these like jewels, Legos that would represent each beat, and each one that he would give to another artist would be like a different shape, a different color and configuration. And it was just like such a cool visual representation of the audio.
Yeah. They were like crystals.
Yeah.
And you didn't quite know what was going on at first. But then as the story progressed, every time he worked with a new artist or he came up with a new beat, it was a different shape, like sculpture that he would pass on to that artist.
And it makes
Really
sense.
cool.
Part of his unique makeup is that he sees colors when he hears sounds. And that's something, I think Stevie Wonder has that too. There's certain people who just, I can't remember what it's called, synesthesia.
Yeah, synesthesia.
So it would make sense that he might see things that way, or like want the audience to experience that kind of seeing things in a visual way. Yeah. It hit a lot of levels, you know, there were some really fun and silly moments, but there were also a lot of really heavy, hard moments in his life. And you got to kind of see him processing things in these interviews. And you might think, well, because it was a Lego movie, that it would all kind of be on a certain surface level or just like a light thing, but it really wasn't it. I was surprised that it went to so many different places.
And it's almost like it could go more places because it was Lego.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about Lego just as a medium that you could tell a story in, it opened up other doors or unlocked other doors that you wouldn't be able to if it wasn't a Lego movie. So
what were some of your takeaways from it?
Being such a huge fan of music and the role music plays in my life and in my life when I was growing up, hearing all of the songs that he was a part of, that he came up with the beats and the hooks for, just hit after hit after hit. And I had no idea that the Neptunes, him and his partner, were involved with so many of them. So like Senorita by Justin Bieber, or no.
Oh, goodness.
Senorita by Justin Timberlake, and No Doubt, Howl Back, Keep on Dancing, Gwen Stefani, and Drop It Like It's Hot, and Beautiful for Snoop, Frontin' by Jay-Z. Like so many hits for such a wide variety of artists.
Yeah.
And at one point in the movie, they said that there were all these different artists in different rooms in the studio, and he would just go from room to room working with each one. So that was really cool. And then there was, when I was talking with my daughter about it, you know, through her eyes, I asked her, why do you think he chose Lego, or what is it about Lego? And she compared it to this episode of Bob's Burgers, which is this whole other really great, actually, cartoon, this animated cartoon. It's kind of like The Simpsons in its tone, but my daughter's a fan of it. And so I've watched a lot of it with her. There was this one episode of Bob's Burgers where they invited different artists to animate a minute long of one episode. So, you know, let's say it's a 25-minute episode. And so there would be 25 different artists who each got to do a minute of this episode. And so the result is you see the characters in Bob's Burgers through all of these different artists' eyes. And even though they're all moving the story forward, you experience it in a different way. And so this movie feels like that. You get to experience and have different perspectives and new perspectives that would not have been available to you before. I highly recommend it. That's not clear. I think it's like an experience. That
it
you
is
have
an
to
experience.
See. Yeah.
And I think it might, on the surface, I think I would see the Lego thing and be like, that's not really for me. And so I'm really glad that I had an opportunity to just see it. It was on and I loved it. It was for me. And it might be for somebody else out there too, who's not necessarily drawn to that kind of film.
Well, I have to say, Aunt Charlene literally said, what are we watching? I don't want to watch this. Mind you, Aunt Charlene is 80 years old, 81 or something. And she's sitting there and she's like, is it all going to be Legos?
Yeah.
We're like, yes. And first she was kind of protesting, but then she was into it too. And she watched the whole thing and she liked it in the end. So
yeah,
I think it catches you by surprise, but then you're so glad you watched it.
Yes. Thank you for sharing it with us, Azizi.
You're welcome.
Let's take a break. And when we come back, we will share our peaks and valleys.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
All right, we are back with peaks and valleys because in life, there are always peaks and valleys. Today is an even episode, so Azizi, you're up first with a peak.
Well, my peak is driving back home from Ventura. It's about an hour to 2 hour drive. Ilea drove the whole way home, and
Aww.
Grayson and I sat in the back, and Sanai and Ilea sat in the front. And I've never experienced the backseat of my car.
Wow.
I have to say it was very comfortable. It was very spacious in the backseat. And I was like, wow, look at how far, I don't know, is that saying how far I've come or how far she's come? I don't know. But I didn't have to drive home and I loved it. So that's my peak.
That's nice.
What's your valley, Malika?
My valley is about packing logistics. We went to the beach. This was a nested trip. We got back today, and then tomorrow we're leaving for Massachusetts very early in the morning. And I feel like I just didn't think enough steps ahead because we almost packed everything with us and brought it back, but I didn't separate clothes that I need for tonight and tomorrow from the main suitcases for like me or Indigo. So basically have to bring everything in the house and like dive in,
Yeah.
It's not totally repacking, but it would have been so easy to just throw a couple things in my backpack.
Right.
And then we could just even leave stuff in the car because we're going to leave at like 5:45.
That's so many levels
I
to
know.
have to think through. Now, let me tell you, are you glad you did not leave today? Last year, you did leave on Saturday back home.
I think it was good. We actually were able to see like one more person, and part of the goal was just maximizing connecting with friends.
Yeah.
So that really allowed us to get one more visit in.
Good.
Which was fun. So I think it would have been different just going from the beach. And I think there's also leaving the beach house. It's nice not to have that super rush feeling like you got to get to the airport.
Right.
Right. Or leave the party early, which is what has happened in the past. So I'm glad we got to really kind of complete that moment first.
That's true. It was a nice leisurely packing up and leaving.
Yes.
Now let me ask you another question. Is Daddy picking you up in the morning?
Is he? Well,
airport?
We're going to pick him up. And then,
okay, good.
Yeah. So you're off the hook.
Excellent. Not that I would not have done it.
I know.
So glad he's going to do that. Okay. All right.
We'll say our goodbyes tonight.
Sounds good.
That brings us to the end. Azizi, let's leave on a happier thought. What are you going to try this week?
I think I have a few more things to add to the debrief before I forget them.
Okay.
Some thoughts about next year. What about you, Malika?
I am going to swap in the new makeup that I bought.
Ooh.
As I was looking at it this morning, I kind of was like, well, there's still a lot of this. I don't need to toss it. But it's expired. Like, it has an expiration date. Like, the whole point is to move on, So
yes, get rid of it.
I need to do that. Follow through there. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We want to give you a reminder about Happier Ladies merchandise. The store is open and the link is in the description. We hope you enjoy some of our things and stuff that we made for you.
Please enjoy our things.
You can find our show notes in the episode description. If you like us, rate, review, and tell a friend. And don't forget to follow us.
Send us a message at happierladies@gmail.com.
Our show was edited by Magnus Bjorgum, and our theme music was created by Wyatt Muncie.
You can find us on Instagram at happierladies and on the web at happierladies.com. All right, Malika, have a happier week.
Have a happier week, Azizi. Bye.
Bye. Like a fluffy fleece, like a really warm teddy bear kind of, not teddy bear, but like a fluffy fleece.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.